GitHub Copilot had a 3-year head start. Cursor had 2 years and a $1 billion valuation. Claude Code had 4 months. JetBrains says it won. Here's the full story: how a terminal command beat the best-funded AI coding tools in the market, and what the data says about what comes next. The data's in. It's not close. JetBrains' April 2026 AI Pulse survey gave Claude Code a 91% satisfaction score, the highest ever recorded for an AI coding tool. Let that sink in. Tool by tool: Claude Code at 91%, Cursor around 60%, GitHub Copilot at 55%. These numbers don't need a trend line. They need an explanation. CSAT is satisfaction. NPS is loyalty. Would you actually tell a colleague to use it? Claude Code hits 54 on NPS. JetBrains says that's the highest product loyalty they've recorded for any developer tool, not just AI coding assistants. JetBrains put it in one sentence: product excellence now outweighs ecosystem lock-in. That's the whole story, compressed. In 4 months, Claude Code went from launch to the highest developer satisfaction score in the market. The more interesting question is how it got there. But where did it come from? February 2025. Preview launch. Terminal only, no IDE. May 2025. Generally available. By September, 12% of developers used it at work. By January 2026, 18% globally, 24% in the US. 6 times the user base in 9 months. Cursor built a VS Code fork, tightly coupled, editor native. Claude Code built a terminal agent, works with any editor, anywhere. 2 bets on how developers would evolve. One was right. Here's the thing. In 2025, every product manager was building IDE first, because that's where developers spend their time. Claude Code launched as a CLI. Nobody was asking for a terminal in 2025. As it turns out, nobody needed to ask. Forward hook leads into Section 3. Claude Code grew from 0 to market leader without an IDE integration, while Cursor spent 2 years building one. The reasons for that are in the architecture. 3 bets that changed the outcome. Bet 1, context window as the moat. Bet 2, terminal first, editor agnostic. Bet 3, agents from day 1, not autocomplete first. Each one seems simple. Together, they're why Claude Code won. Claude Code launched with 200,000 token context. Sonnet 4.6 expanded this to 1 million, around 30,000 lines of code read simultaneously. Not a file, not a directory, a whole project. Cursor sees the open file. Claude Code reads the full repository, commit history, PR comments, the whole code base. Ask it to fix a bug, and it knows how the system connects. That's a different category. 1 million tokens is roughly a 4-hour audiobook, but for code. Claude Code reads your entire project in one pass. Spoiler, Cursor autocomplete doesn't come close. Cursor's context is bounded by the editor, by design. That's not a setting you can toggle. It's a core architectural constraint. Claude Code's moat isn't the model, it's the architecture. That distinction matters. Verdict delivery. Context window and terminal first aren't features. They're architectural bets that created a compounding advantage Cursor can't easily replicate. Now, let's look at what the full data shows. January 2026 scorecard, 91% CSAT, NPS of 54, 18% global developer adoption, and 6 times the user base from 9 months earlier. 4 numbers that tell the same story. April 2025, around 3% adoption. June, 5%. September, 12%. January 2026, 18%. That growth curve doesn't happen with a product developers tolerate. It happens when developers recommend it to each other. Satisfaction ranking, April 2026. Claude Code first at 91. Cursor second. GitHub Copilot third. Gemini Code fourth. The ranking reflects product quality, not distribution size. Copilot has had GitHub's distribution advantage for 3 years. The score doesn't reflect that. The satisfaction story is already written. The agent story is just starting. Closing the data section cleanly. Claude Code leads every satisfaction metric in the market, with 6 times the growth in 9 months and no traditional marketing budget. The endgame nobody's talking about. Anthropic's 2026 Agentic Coding Trends report lays out the arc. Single agent assisting a developer today. Agent teams, multiple coordinated agents, shipping features this year. Autonomous engineering cycles by 2027. Claude Code is the on-ramp to all 3 stages. Managed agents, which shipped April 2026, is the multi-agent coordination layer. Multiple Claude Code instances run in parallel, supervised by an orchestrator. This isn't a feature. It's a different model of software development. Your keyboard is now optional. 1. 91% CSAT, highest in the market, in 4 months. 2. Context window and terminal-first architecture explain how. 3. The satisfaction score compounds into adoption, 6 times growth, developer-led. 4. Managed agents is where this goes next. The number you need to remember is 91, and it's going up. The full JetBrains survey and Anthropic's Agentic Coding report are both linked in the description. If this one clicked, the Managed Agents deep dive is the next logical watch. I put one of these out every week. Subscribe and it'll be waiting.